Folks, this is pressure time. It is time to go to war with David Ralston, Speaker of the House, and we're going to give you guys the tools you need to do that in this video right here, right now. Aaron Dorr here, Alex Dorr here with Georgia Gun Owners, and folks, it's going to be a good video. You're going to like this. Last night, we gave you the information on how to contact the House Public Safety Committee because they're the ones who are holding on to and slow rolling constitutional carry. Today, we're going to kind of the same thing. I'll give you guys information on how to contact Speaker of the House, David Ralston. So we're going to pause here for just a little bit, let you guys get signed in. We know it's a little bit late.
Let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah, a little bit late on your lunch break maybe, but we're talking about this guy here. Love this photograph. It's exactly who this man is, an egomaniac with jowls, and we're going to talk about this guy.
It's even worse. If you all ever see him on the House floor, if you ever see him standing, he's got his hands out like this, and he's reading down the bill numbers. The dude doesn't even lift his own hand to mark off what bills they've covered. He has to have his assistant reach over and cross off his own paper for him. He is has that big of an ego.
Bad stuff. So, folks, last night we gave everybody the contact information for the House Public Safety Committee. If you missed that video, go back on our Facebook page or check your email inbox. We emailed out to you all last night as well and contact the members of that committee. Alternatively, though, for today, if you're low on time, if you have to go, whatever else you do, there's a link beneath this video, and we're going to post it right now. I'm going to do it right now myself, personally.
Sure.
There's a link right here we're going to put in the comment section right here, and we need you guys to contact David Ralston immediately and tell him to get off his butt and stop slow rolling constitutional carry in the Georgia House. This phone number goes right to his executive staff, not his cell phone number. Well, we're not opposed to using it, but not for today.
No.
That goes right to his executive staff. And your message is very simple. We want Senate Bill 319 to move out of public safety and move out of the entire House here in Atlanta.
Because, folks, there may be chairmen on these different committees, but they all get their marching orders from leadership. Leadership, Ralston, tells them what bills he wants to see. This guy derives his pleasure from choking out the freedoms of us here in Georgia. He dictates what he wants to see in the law and what he doesn't want to see in law. And right now, he is screwing around with our right to defend ourselves, our right to carry a gun without a permission slip. And he is the one that's telling Chairman Jay Collins to choke this bill up in committee. Let's not move it. So that's why we need to hammer him now, tomorrow, this afternoon, Thursday, Friday. Maybe you can call him on Saturday privately if you want to. We'll get to that.
Guys, we have a limited time window on this. You've already heard this. We adjourn session on the 31st, which is a Thursday.
Yep.
And we're very, very, very low on time. And every day that David Ralston delays on this bill, it gives him more power to try to force a last-minute terrible amendment onto this bill in a last-minute conference committee vote or a final amendment vote on the floor. Yeah. So I don't know about you guys. Actually, I do. I know about you guys. We're sick and tired of this crap. Who does he think he is? Who does this guy think he is? Here's his photograph again. To sit there and tell 10 million Georgians that we don't have the right to carry a firearm unless we're tracked, traced, and
fingerprinted,
database like a sex offender. Who does this guy think he is? So if you're pissed off with these delays, last night we saw Governor Eric Holcomb in Indiana sign constitutional carry. 24 states now have constitutional carry, 5 last year. This year so far we've had Alabama. We've had what else, Alex? Alabama, Ohio, Indiana now. We may have 4 or 5 this year if Georgia gets with the freaking program. But if we don't, we're going to live in a state, a GOP-run state, where 24 other states, I'm not a math major, but it's pretty damn close to half of America, and the vast majority of red America already honors constitutional carry, and we in Georgia are stuck having to pay a fee and go in some government database because David Ralston is an arrogant egomaniac who doesn't want to pass the damn bill. That is unacceptable behavior.
Here's very likely what could happen if we don't hammer him now is he could run this down to the last minute. He could put the bill forward. Shoot, he doesn't even have to put harmful amendments on it. All he has to do is change a semicolon to a comma. And suddenly now that bill's got to get kicked back to the Senate for another vote. Okay. He needs to stop stalling and right now pass this bill through the Public Safety Committee, throw it on the floor, pass it through the floor, and it can go to Kemp's desk where we hope he'll come through on one of his many promises to sign it. But either way, if you want to know why constitutional carry has not been signed into law in 2022 when 24 other states have it, it's the result of one man, okay? And that's David Ralston. So you need to call him now. Call him, and like I said, share the phone number. You can call him out now. Call him at 1, call him at 2, call him at 3. Don't stop calling them.
I will tell you, though, folks, these people, they're scared. They're terrified, many of them. David Ralston, maybe the guy who sits there and like is the face of this. But every time in the Capitol, every person we talk to, every single rhino right now who's up for re-election knows that if they slow roll this thing, if they kill this thing, if this bill does not become law here in Georgia this year, they know they're going to pay one hell of a price in the upcoming primaries. And frankly, in the general as well. We're not going to see gun owners we're not going to see them go out there and vote for gun grabbers. It's never going to happen. And we know that. But this kind of action is what keeps people home from voting sometimes. So if the Republicans want to turn out gun owners, they'd better, by God, deliver for them now. That's happening in other states. I mean, Eric Holcomb, governor of Indiana, is not pro-gun.
No.
The guy is a loud advocate for red flag gun seizure laws. But he knows, and his party knows, that if we want to get the support of gun owners in the primaries and the general, we need to deliver something for them. We have to deliver a victory for them. Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, long-time champion. This guy, here's a guy who's so bad that he actually had an F from the National Rifle Association. We all know that's almost impossible to get. You almost have to go and defecate on the grave of Charlton Heston to get an F from those corrupt slime balls. Even they gave DeWine an F because that's how bad he is. But still, Governor DeWine in Ohio, just last week, Tuesday, a week ago today, signed the bill because he knew and his party knows if they don't deal with that, they're going to pay the price come election time. The same dynamic holds true here in Atlanta. And everyone in the Capitol knows it. They're terrified. They don't like getting these phone calls. They're nervous about this. They want this done, and they want it done now. And so, guys, keep the pressure on. And so many of you are calling right now. Jason just called, and he got through in real time. Let's see. Dan called 5 times in the last day. Matt called so many reps today. Rebecca says, post the numbers. We'll post them again here. People are asking for that number, Alex. What do we have?
If you're watching on your mobile, I'm going to hold it up on a notepad here and take a screenshot of it. All right. You can just take a quick screenshot of the video. Hopefully this focuses in. There it is.
Backwards, Alex. It's a reverse
doggone it. 404 656 5020. Thank you, Jason, for throwing that up there. Aaron, maybe you want to pin Jason's comment for him.
Well, I was just going to do the same thing myself. Yeah, that's
there
perfect.
You go.
We'll do that.
So listen, as you all said, you've called so many representatives in the last couple of weeks and months to get this done. Don't stop doing that either, because remember, every time you get a representative on the phone, he's got to sit there and think, am I scared of the voters? Am I scared of the residents of Georgia, the members of Georgia gun owners and what they could do to my political career? Or am I afraid of David Ralston? They should absolutely be afraid of the members of Georgia gun owners. And we're going to make them very clear on that point here through the end of this legislative session if they don't get off their duffs and start doing something. So don't stop calling your representatives either. If you go back to any of our videos from last night or the email from last night, we got a whole slew of phone numbers on there. Give you a little hint. If the phone number doesn't start in 404 on the list from last night, you might try texting that phone number too. Just a little tip.
So kind of here's in a recap, folks. Here's where we are. We're in a very strong position. We're in a very strong position. People are saying in the comment section they're being told the bill's going to pass. I don't think right now the question is, will the bill pass or not? It might not. The question really right now is, how long is this going to take? Because if we drag this out much longer, like I said, if both chambers drag this out, it gives Ralston the ability to work on harmful amendments in the last 48 hours of session. And that is what he wants to do. He wants to pass an Alabama-style constitutional carry bill, which is chock full of harmful amendments. A requirement to tell cops you're carrying if stopped on traffic stop, or a language to allow cops to detain you by force if you're carrying, just to make sure you're not a felon with a gun, or language to require a residency requirement only, so it only applies if we are Georgia residents. And you might say, well, what's the big deal? I live in Georgia. I don't care. Yeah, but your friends might not. Your family might not. Your parents might not. Your Army buddies might not. And when they come into your state, they believe they can constitutionally carry, they could get wrapped up in some BS criminal charge because they did not realize it only applies to Georgians. So there's a lot of amendments, a lot of ways that Ralston can weaken the bill, and that's the real risk here. The real risk is what version of constitutional carry do we pass, and that's why if we gas this thing hard and we ram SB 319 to the House floor, we can secure this freedom, do it in a strong way, pass a great version of constitutional carry, and get this done. So keep the calls up, keep the pressure on, guys. We're going to have lots more video updates this week. We believe we're going to have committee action in the Senate on Thursday. You're going to have live reports from us on the ground on Thursday. Much more on that tomorrow, maybe even yet today. For right now, folks, share the video, make your phone calls, go to joingggo.com and join up in this fight. Keep the pressure on, guys. We'll keep you informed. Take care.
Thank you, guys.